knit. It is my first ever garment I'm going to release for my clothing brand, and I just wanted to give some insight into what it's about, what it's made of, and just a little bit of the details about it. So it was deeply inspired by just like the night sky, just looking up into like the vastness and just never-ending sky. You can kind of see that in my design, because that's what I was going for. It is made out of an 80% wool and 20% recycled nylon. There's no child labor, nothing like that. I take those things very seriously when it comes to making clothing. It features this cropped body with somewhat elongated sleeves. It's not too exaggerated. The reason I went with a wool and recycled nylon blend is because wool in itself is very itchy unless you buy like merino wool or like lamb's wool. I wanted to keep this piece somewhat affordable, so by using normal wool, I needed to use some sort of blend. Having that 20% knobby wool, it keeps that very coarse texture without being extremely itchy. I will say, if you don't wear a shirt underneath, it'll be itchy because there's a lot of high contact points in your chest that just will rub against the coarse texture. I also went with fully finished seams so that there's no product waste. They knit everything exactly to measurement instead of something like a cut and sew knit that wastes so much material that you don't even think about when buying products. This will be coming out November 12th at 12 p.m. You can follow the Instagram of my brand right here for more updates and just information on it if you are looking to pick this up this Saturday. The pre-order will be open for 1 week and the price is 108 USD. Free shipping for the United States people that are looking to buy this. Thank you guys. Welcome back, everybody. I got some more clothes that I've added to my wardrobe. Some were bought by me, some were sent out to me, and some are my own brand. Well, actually just one, but we're gonna start from here down. Starting off with this two-fold cadet hat. I did like a micro review in my last video of this thing in unboxing if you want to go check that out. It is made out of a herringbone fabric, 100% cotton. It does not adjust on this side. These are just for show. It has some slight distressing all around with some reinforced paneling on the inside. I got this hat to really try out a different silhouette of hat than your normal baseball cap, and so far I'm loving it. It goes with like so much in my wardrobe, even though I'm not a very big vintage person. Just the overall shape and texture of the hat just goes with a lot in my wardrobe, and it's all black, so it goes with almost everything anyways. But starting off strong. Moving on to these two Uniqlo Thermals. They are just generic thermals, but there's a reason why I picked these ones exactly. I wanted to test out what a polyester cotton blend thermal felt like, since I had problems in the past with 100% cotton like vintage thermals that would just stretch out that I didn't really enjoy. I also wanted something with a little bit of elasticity, and this one has a little bit in it in the blend. I went with a size small just because I want it to be very tight fitting. You know, it's a thermal, it's supposed to keep me warm, and I also want to be able to layer with it. I haven't had a chance to wear these yet since it's been too hot still in the Midwest, but I'm sure I will get a lot of wear of these. They're actually very well made for the price. I think each one, they were having a sale. It was like $20 per one. Both of these are going to be very well needed in my wardrobe since I've gotten rid of all my old vintage thermals. But next up, we have this Oree, New York City parallel knit. It is made out of 100% merino wool, featuring these destroyed panels all around and just this overall striped pattern. In the product description, it does say that the yarns used were sun dyed, which gives it this like faded look, so I'm assuming this wasn't gray before and was just a traditional black yarn, but over the course of them being dyed, it turned this more gray, and I'm assuming the same with this green is probably a more vibrant green. I've been eyeing this ever since they debuted it in spring, summer of this year. I really love the colors on it. I think it just goes very well with like my wardrobe and as a whole, really. It has this very reasonable cropped fit with elongated sleeves. This is easily the softest wool I've ever felt, and I mean, for the price I paid for it, I honestly am glad that it is very nice. Ray and his team at Oree, New York City always kill it. Very happy me, and this is going to be staying in the collection for a long time. Now we have the Abyss Knit from my brand. I mean, look, the contrast, it's like trying to autocorrect, but this thing is extremely dark. I gave you guys the rundown of everything you need to know about this already. It's made out of an 80% wool and 20% recycled nylon. The reason I had chosen that yarn is so that the blend with traditional 100% wool, unless you're choosing like lamb's wool or merino wool, it can be very itchy since the fibers are not very long. So by going with that 20% recycled nylon blend, it gives it this coarse texture as like a traditional wool, but it is not very itchy. It features a cropped body with slightly elongated sleeves. It is not as drastic as the Oree knit. These will be releasing November 12th for pre-order and will be 108 USD. Next up, I have two pieces from Rezith's recent capsule. They sent these out to me. This first one is a boxy jersey with a screen print on the front and a screen print 69 on the back. It is made out of 100% polyester, but the overall construction of it is very well made in my opinion. This is definitely more of a spring summer type of garment, so I really won't be able to wear it until then unless I layer the thermal under it, which I'll show you guys an example of. But I think I'm going to get the sleeves hemmed about an inch. I might do that or pay someone to do that just to make it a little less, long on the arms. I also really enjoy just the small details like this little tag down here and the kind of distressing on the screen print. Moving along to the next Rezith piece, this is their poplin cotton shirt. It is made out of a poplin cotton and polyester blend, and just like the jersey, it is more of a spring and summer piece. I can't really get much wear out of it in the winter, unfortunately, but it has this very nice off-white with blue kind of pinstripe all along. Yet again, I really enjoy how detailed they are, like with these pearl buttons. It is also double lined on the button fly, which is something that gives it a lot more structure, which I enjoy. The only other thing is this little front pocket. Now, these next three pieces are all going to be grouped together because it is a set. It is like this deep blue that has had some sort of vintage wash on it, some sort of enzyme wash, I'm assuming. This whole set is from Elwood. Elwood is like a reimagined vintage company. These are all extremely vintage inspired and are made out of 100% organic cotton. Now, I'm not really a big set person, so I don't know if I'll ever wear this as an actual set, but it is all very comfy. This tee that I'm wearing right now is also from Elwood. I wear them all the time. Thank you, Elwood, for sending this out. They really go attention to detail when it comes to their vintage inspiredness. I think I just made that term up, but like they have single stitch on the sleeves and has small distressing details around the neckline, but this color is actually amazing. Now, this is another thing that was sent to me from Mutimer. This is their recent collection that they are dropping in a few days, I believe. But it is like this Brazil colored kind of needles type jacket, just like a track jacket. It has double zips on the front. It is made out of 100% polyester, and very faintly you can see it, but it has a pattern actually printed onto the fabric before it is sewed, which is their logo, this little sun. It features these two small welt pockets down here that are actually perfectly placed. Like you can get your hands in very easily. It also features this embroidery, just Mutimer. I don't know how much wear I'll actually be getting out of this since I'm not a big soccer fan, so I don't want to like look like a fraud basically. And I'm not trying to like deceive anybody. Now, lastly, for clothing, I have this Y2K Russell navy blue zip up. It's just a traditional Russell, I'm sure you've seen a million of these, but I've actually never owned a Russell like zip up sweatshirt, which is why I wanted to try it out. It features this YKK zipper on the front and these two kangaroo type pockets on the front as well. The fleece lining is very rough. It's not very soft. It's probably just because it has a lot of piling that I can get rid of by using like the little shearing tool, but there is not much to say about this. Last up, we have these two pairs of sneakers, which kind of not looking to buy more sneakers after these two. Do not quote me on that. But I'm going to start off with these Visivm Skagways. Now, this is basically a glorified Chuck 70 made out of just like very premium materials, but I really liked the cheetah print on here. I wanted a fun shoe that I could wear with a lot of things, which These are like cream and brown, basically. Like most of my pants cover a lot of the shoe, so you really won't be able to see the cheetah print that much. These were also used, I got them off of Grailed for a steal. I didn't even pay like 1/8 of the price of retail on these. So you cannot blame me for buying overpriced Converse when they were the price of like a new pair of Converse. Everything about this shoe is like actually very well made. I've never owned a Visivm product. It's always out of my price range. So this right here may get me addicted, and I just don't know. These are like the gateway drugs into Visivm. Last but finally not least, these are the collaboration between Atmos and Adidas on the classic silhouette, the Superstar. Now the shoes are obviously, if you look close enough at them, they are not actual snakeskin. It's more of just like an embossing technique they used on the material of the upper, but it is very structural and it does not flex a lot. I also haven't worn these yet, so I don't know how they're gonna feel really like walking around all day. I've owned several pairs of Superstars that I really liked them, which is also why I got another pair, but these are meant specifically for the skate park. These are going to get destroyed in the next couple months. One thing these do have different from normal Superstars is that the inner lining is a lot more premium feeling. It is made out of like this Nappa or like this suede, and the back tabs are like this 3M. I think it's reflective. These are my final pickups that I've gotten in the past couple weeks. Let me know your thoughts down below on what I have recently acquired just in the past couple weeks. If you made it this far to the end of the video, what are you looking forward to wearing this winter? Just let me know down below. I read every comment.